And then he says, call me little piggy and make me oink.
Oink.
I laughed, but that just turned him on more.
I think you need to send that little piggy back to the market and tell him to f off.
Yeah. I actually had one occasion where I was out walking Baxter and I overheard these two women go, oh, into cute. And the one next to him went, what, him or the dog?
That's nice, though, that she obviously fancied you.
No, she said, no, the dog.
It wasn't until I came across a few pieces of corn that I realised that my wife must have shat in the shower and smushed it down the drain like a damn savage.
No.
But the more I thought about my wife shitting in the shower, the more aroused I became.
You're not ready for what's coming your way in this episode.
Oh, Jesus, he's falling around the gap.
Do you think I'd come up the line in a bubble?
I know where I'm putting Debbie's sauce.
Hang on, can I submit my confession?
Welcome back to Meet in the Middle, the podcast where British and Irish banter collide, bringing you chaotic laughs, bizarre confessions, and a whole load of questionable life advice. I'm Jake, and I'm trying to still figure out what my coffee grounds are saying after last week's Have You Heard?
Wake up, Jake. That's what it's saying.
This week, there's no Rachel, but I am joined by Danny, who is trying to take off that last bit of makeup after reviving his alter ego.
Cheeky bitch.
Lastly, we have James, who's just returned from his travels. Don't worry, your screen's not broken. That's just his sunburn. How
I'm actually really bad. You can see it on my nose and my forehead. I got really bad.
Which is why you should wear sunscreen.
Yes.
Listeners, watchers, sunscreen.
Turn it up, Reggie. I want to burn.
It's not. It's bad for you. You should not. You need to put sunscreen on.
Yes.
Well, it
Did
was.
you get that Factor 50 on?
I had a great time, yeah, but I did overdo it on the first day and sunbathed in like enhancing cream, no Factor 50, no
What?
SUV.
James?
Yeah, and I got really bad. I got blisters all over my shoulders. I couldn't even do the chicken dance because I couldn't lift my
That
shoulders.
is why you wear sunscreen.
Yeah. Karma's a
I enjoyed
bitch.
it.
So bad. So bad.
Yeah, I was in under the umbrella then for the rest of the week until the final day, and then I got a bit more sun. But I still think for 1.5 days, I got decent enough colour. What do you think?
red.
You do. You look good.
You're matching the same colour as your microphone.
Oh, you cheeky bitch.
I can see it on your forehead, like
Yeah.
at the top, the sun.
Yeah.
Just don't go flashing your white bits.
Because you do always have
viewers.
rosy red cheeks.
And what about the ones on my face?
And Danny, we mentioned about you being on stage.
I know, it's been a blast. I was doing Everybody's Talking About Jamie with the wonderful Hasslians here in Hastings, and we had a great time. Last night was our last night, and oh, wow. It was just incredible. Standing ovations, the feedback's been amazing, and I've had such a blast with them. Honestly,
Oh,
it's
that's
been so
amazing.
much fun. But I cannot wait now to never put the drag back on for a little while and just grow my facial hair. I have had to put a little bit of makeup on my face just to try and give me a little bit of a jawline because I'm just so self-conscious about it.
Didn't you have 2 shows one day?
That was yesterday, the Saturday.
And what times were
if you're
they?
listening or watching, this was last week. 2:30 was the first show, and then 7:30.
So did you de-drag and re-drag, or did you just stay in it?
I didn't. I stayed in my drag.
Did you? That's commitment, that
Little
is.
hussy.
I did. Obviously, I took the drag clothing off, but I stayed in my drag makeup.
Yeah.
And then just did, like little touch-ups here and there. Just
It's just a bit of chapstick.
a little bit of sparkle on the lips.
I was going to say, but you've answered the question, but I was going to ask, will there be an Angie Rock revival?
Oh,
Who knows? Stay tuned. You never know. She
We'll
might
see.
make an appearance somewhere.
and if the listeners remember the last show you did, I think it was Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Have you got all your toenails this time?
I have all my toenails intact. I cannot feel my feet because I was wearing heels, but they are all intact. Yes.
That's good to hear.
Thank you.
This week on Have You Heard, we've got a love story with a difference. Last week we had a bit of a divorce with Coffee Grounds. we've got a love story on and exactly how far will you go for love?
How deep
In
is
the words of
your love?
Meatloaf, I was going to say, in the words of Meatloaf, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Meatloaf. That was the Yorkshire Meatloaf. So we've got this story about this woman that actually learned to fly a helicopter to rescue her partner from prison.
Helicopter! That's the one.
So forget Prison Break. This actually happened. It's no story that I've made up. So back in 1986, Nadine Vaujour, I think that's how you say her name, a French woman, she had no aviation experience whatsoever, and she literally learned to fly a helicopter so she could get her husband out of prison.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah. So he was in a maximum security prison in Paris, and she wanted to get him out, so she learned to fly a helicopter.
But you have to land the helicopter somewhere for him to get in it.
I think, what
What's she
happened?
going to do? Throw down a rope?
Yeah,
She literally
that's how they do some rescue trips.
Come on. In the movies.
No, in like mountain areas or in water, they'll drop down a rope, or somebody will come down on a harness, and they'll strap them onto their harness on like a hook around their ass.
Yeah, but it's just her, isn't it?
I'll tell you how she did it. I'll let you know how she did it. Right. You're very close. So Michelle, who was her partner, was a career bank robber, and he was locked up in this prison in Paris. And he was plotting how to get out, and he even had a fake gun made of painted plastic. And she was taking flying lessons. Yeah, bars of soap. And she was taking flying lessons under a fake name as well, so there was no detection.
Right.
So when the day came, she flew over the prison, and as you mentioned, she dropped a rope ladder, and he climbed aboard it. It was basically like the scene from Fast and the Furious. He was then just climbing up this rope ladder. And bizarrely enough...
Paris, did you say?
Paris, yeah. High security prison in Paris. But this was back in 1986.
Can't be that high security if they just let a helicopter fly over it and someone drop down a rope. Oh, what is going on here?
It's a German guards. German guards in the Paris prison.
They might have Germans in Paris.
What year was this?
1986, not 36.
I doubt it.
But they managed to pull the escape off, and they actually escaped authorities for 4 months, believe it or not.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is a long time to be hiding. So that says a lot about the police force back then, that they weren't found. Bear in mind, there's this helicopter going overhead, but then it all came crashing down, and they were caught, tried, and sentenced.
The plane?
Yeah, not the helicopter. No, not the helicopter did. The plan. But Nadine, when she was in prison, on trial, she said that
her name was Michelle.
No, that was a partner called Michelle.
Oh,
Michelle.
Right.
I think Michelle or Michael. Michelle.
Oh, that's a man. Okay,
yeah,
it was a woman. Okay.
Yeah. So Michelle, Michael. I think that's how you say it in French. Michelle.
Yeah, it is.
And Nadine actually said that she never regretted it, and she would do it all over again just to save her partner.
And look, at the end of it, she still ended up learning how to fly a helicopter. So it wasn't all a loss. That's a skill for life now. Now, she probably got her aviation license revoked.
Yeah, but still, she won't be able to get it. It's a bit of a romantic crime, really. It's like a bit of a Bonnie and Clyde. So would you do anything for love?
No.
No. No.
I would cook dinner.
And then you'd go, here comes the helicopter. That's the closest you're getting to that.
Yeah. Or there might be a move that you can do in the bedroom called the
helicopter. I think there is a
helicopter.
That's driving everyone to the YouTube now, especially if they're listening. We'll leave that to your imagination.
Subscribe to our Patreon now.
But yeah, what a romantic story. And unfortunately, they're in separate prisons and can't speak to each other ever again.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow. Love hurts. If you've got a story to share with us, or you want to comment about the story that we've just done on Have You Heard, or anything on this episode, you can direct messages on Instagram at podcast.meetinthemiddle, or you can email us at team@meetinthemiddlepod.com.
Yes, it's time for the dirty dilemmas and saucy solutions. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. We've got in a voice note for the first Agony Aunt story. Are we ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Dear Rachel, I know you get some grim letters, but I swear this is a proper belter. Please, for the love of God, help me. I'm a 31-year-old man from Derry, living with two mates, and I have fully ruined my fucking love life. Not by cheating, just by being a twat by something stupid and embarrassing while I'm still lying awake at night, crying myself inside out. So here's what happened. I brought this girl back to mine after a night at the pub. We were getting on well, and things were heating up. A little bit of snogging and the clothes coming off. All good, happy days. She goes and slides into my pants and suddenly stops dead still. At first, I think maybe she's nervous. Maybe she's just catching her breath. But then I glance down and I see it. There, bold as brass, right across my pale grey Calvin Klein, is the biggest, ugliest skid mark you'll ever see. I wanted to fucking die. I swear I nearly pulled a muscle trying to yank my jeans back up. Then she told me, maybe let's just chill out for a bit. Which basically is her polite way of saying, I am not fucking shaggy you for a month of Sundays, and I've seen the evidence of your arsehole, and I did not like it. Since then, I've texted her once, no reply, help me. Shall I message her again? Love from Anonymous.
He sounds like he smokes 100 Rotmans a day.
Stay off the seats and wipe your fucking ass.
Get some wet wipes.
God. Oh no. See, boys, that's why you wear black underwear.
Don't wear like
I
boxers.
definitely don't wear white out on a day.
No. Because you might have the other end as well. Yeah,
Well,
I think
thanks for
the
that
advice
one.
is just clean your ass.
Yeah, wipe your arse. I'm wearing dark boxers.
He might have been ill. He might have had a dodgy tummy.
Yeah.
But
Possibly,
don't wear don't wear light grey boxers or pants. And
The
wipe
wor-
your ass.
The worst bit of that
Yeah.
is as well, you don't know because she's down there, not you. You don't know that's there for at least 10 seconds before she either makes it obvious or tells you.
There's just
So
no way
you're
of
just
hiding
sitting
it.
there in the blind, like still trying to get in the moon. And she's just seeing a Formula One skid mark and a Calvin Klein.
So it stopped, obviously. He said it
He
stopped.
hasn't heard back from her.
Oh, I don't think you will, darling. I don't think you're going to hear back.
Literally, that relationship hit the skids.
Oh, God. Yes, it did.
Oh.
Yep. On Skid Row.
That's brilliant. Thank you for sending that
Yeah.
in. We have also had another one sent in.
Okay.
I think it's because you asked people to send
Yeah.
you voice notes.
Yeah, keep them coming in.
Where can they
we haven't
send
had
them?
Where can they send? You can send them via our Instagram at podcast.meetinthemiddle, and it's the same address for our TikTok. You can send them via Facebook Messenger on our Facebook site, or you can send them via email to us, team@meetinthemiddlepod.com. So this one came in through our Instagram from a lovely lady. Are you ready for this? This is the next one.
Yeah.
All right, here she is. Hold on.
Hi, Rachel. Here's a little Agony Aunt dilemma for you. So, I recently matched with this guy on a dating app. He basically looked like a walking red flag, but I was so bored and I was ovulating. So, anyway, he invites me over, says he's into experimenting, and I think, okay, grand. Maybe some like choking, maybe a blindfold, whatever.
Ooh, kinky.
We start messing around and it gets intense but fun until he whispers, I want you to dominate me.
That's not a bad thing.
And I'm not usually the bossy type, but I go along with it anyway. So
Good girl.
he pulls out this whole kit, leather straps, cuffs, a collar. with its name embroidered on it like a bloody dog. I'm strapping him to the bed thinking, Jesus, this man has done this before. And then he says, call me little piggy and make me oink.
Oink.
Rachel, I laughed, like genuinely couldn't help it. But that just turned him on more. So he starts oinking so loud the neighbors actually bang on the wall. And I try to wrap things up because I'm feeling weird now. But he begs me to keep going and says, my ex never committed like this. Anyway, at that point, my phone buzzes and it's a WhatsApp message from his ex. She's seen my Instagram story and wanted to warn me mid-shag that he has a fetish for secretly filming women and posting them on private forums.
No.
So I flipped. I grabbed my phone, I took a selfie with him still tied up, and texted it back to her with the caption, handled. Then I took his phone, deleted what I could, and left him there like a discount Christian Grey. But now he's been emailing me daily asking if I'll finish the session. What should I do? Should I send the selfie to his mum? Or do I just block and pretend I never met the human bacon strip? Help me, Rachel.
I think you need to send that little piggy back to the market and tell him to fuck off.
Yeah. How does she know his mum?
I don't know. It must be a small town.
The pig.
What if he was doing like the pig, like when a pig squeals when it's in it's like, I can't do it 'cause my throat. Imagine like the neighbours must think like, is he shagging a pig? Not knowing obviously that she's in there. Oh no, that's weird.
Isn't that a Black Mirror episode?
Yeah, it was one of the early ones, wasn't it? Where it's like the Prime Minister and the pig.
Yeah.
No.
And on video.
Aren't fetishes really weird?
Imagine the poor neighbours, like say it's a nice young couple and they're like, we're sitting, we're watching Notebook this Friday, and you just hear through the walls then.
That's the noise I was talking about.
Yeah.
You would be like, what the fuck is going on?
It'd be even worse if they were watching Babe Pig in the City.
Do you know what? If he's posting like women without their consent and without their knowledge in like forums and stuff like that, that's bang out of order. And you could probably actually do him for that. Yeah, you could probably do him for that. That part of me is like, yeah, get your revenge, babes, but I would be careful about taking the revenge, because that could also be seen as like revenge porn, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think you can report people on. Yeah, and you can report them on the dating app as well, can't you? If they're like a bit dodgy as well, just to stop other people getting involved. Yeah. Be safe online.
Yeah. Don't save his bacon though.
Well, I've got a bit of a palate cleanser after that one. Yeah. So this one has been direct messaged to us via Instagram. So are you ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
Dear Rachel, I think I'm being outshone by my own dog. His name is Jeff. He has a better diet.
Sorry.
That is what went through my head when I first read that. Grain-free, raw, hand-fed like a Roman emperor. A better sleep schedule. He's always asleep by 8 p.m, like some sort of furry wellness guru. And honestly, a better social life. Yeah. I think we've all named that with dogs. People know his name in the park. They call him over like he's Idris Elba in a collar. That's probably not the best way to go from after your story,
Not
Danny.
after the last story.
No. So they call him Jeff, you handsome boy. Meanwhile, I'm standing next to him like a drizzly support worker, no one invited. Someone once looked me dead in the eye and said, "Is this your dog?" I said, "Yes." And they responded, "Wow, he's so special," and then walked away. Jeff has regular playdates, a preferred groomer, and a signature bandana. I, on the other hand, have been wearing the same hoodie since 2020 and recently cried in Pret.
What?
I think he's becoming an influencer. He has a Dogstagram I didn't set up. I'm not joking. I caught one of my friends. Yeah. I caught one of my friends taking content of him and whispering, "Jeff's followers will love this. Jeff has followers. More than me." Oh. Is it normal to be jealous of your dog, or should I just accept he's more charismatic than me and quietly fades into the background like a support act on a farewell tour?
Oh, how sad.
That's the most worrying thing about that is your mate creating an Instagram for your dog.
Yeah.
Like trying to take all the credit. What dog breed is it? Did you say?
They didn't say. Yeah, no, they didn't say.
Right.
But
The thing is, though, everything is in that person's control.
yeah,
Like it's your dog.
yeah.
So, you know, you set the rules. If someone comes up to you and starts you can be like, "Excuse me," you know,
That's my
or
dog.
Like,
Do you
yeah, it's my
mind?
dog. If you create an Instagram account, well, actually, I already have one. Or, you know, please don't post pictures of my dog.
Yeah. I have
Or
had
at least
one.
that's me in it. So
Yeah,
I get some
stand there.
exposure.
I have had experience of the talking about the dog and not
Was
me.
it you that wrote this letter, Jake?
No, it wasn't. No. I actually had one occasion where I was out walking Baxter and I overheard these two women go, "Oh, into cute," and the one next to him went, "What? Him or the dog?"
Oh, that's nice though. That she obviously fancied you.
No, she said, "No, the dog."
Yeah, but you're the one to imply it, though. If you're the one to imply it, maybe she did.
But I don't know. Have either of you felt like you're sometimes the accessory to the dog?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't
Absolutely.
have that either way.
Everyone loves Taco and Bell. And it's like,
Yeah.
hello.
It's like,
But
it's like a
they'll,
kid.
they'll go
Yeah.
and pet them and like go, "Oh, you're so cute, so adorable," and then they'll just walk off.
I'd be slightly worried if someone come up to me and started petting me and saying, "No, you're so cute, you're so adorable." That'd be
Chance
so
be a
weird.
fine thing.
So if you see Danny out walking his dogs, no, please don't.
It's like a kid, though. Like, you wouldn't be jealous of your kid getting attention.
No,
Well, you shouldn't be.
no, you shouldn't be. No,
Yeah, you should be happy.
but I think the weird thing of that is just having the Instagram account for your dog that you haven't set up.
I was just picturing you, Jake, now walking back from your walk with Baxter and him getting a lot of attention. Come on, Baxter, get the fuck in! You got enough attention!
Well, whoever wrote that in, you need to get some self-esteem and, like, you know, get some
Yeah.
confidence in you and start taking control.
Yeah,
Or
take
give your
control of
dog
your dog.
an ugly fucking haircut so he doesn't get any more attention.
Yes, great idea. There we go.
And stop putting him in a bandana. Because
No,
that will draw...
bandanas are great.
No, but that's what's drawing the attention if they're well dressed up and everything like that. If they're better dressed than what you are.
Jeez, I'm worried
There
about
you
you if
go.
you think a bandana's well dressed.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for writing
Yes.
in. They're great. Yep, it's that time again. It's time for...
What the fuck?
That's right. What the Fact with me, Danny. So we all know how this goes. What the Fact is where we uncover the truth behind life's most puzzling questions. But the answer, of course, is more elusive than you think because I like to throw in some bullshit answers to throw you off the scent. Your job? Simple. Give me the correct answer. Boys, are you ready?
Yes.
Listeners, watchers, are you ready? All right. Well, here we go with...
What the fuck?
All right. Today's word is catawal. What is catawal? Is it A, one of those brilliantly old school words meaning to wail, screech, or howl like an animal in heat? Particularly cats. Catawal. Is it B, a low-budget sex dungeon set up in someone's student house? Catawal.
Very specific.
Yes.
Is it C, slang in certain East London circles for a particularly noisy minge? There's the minge. Or is it D, a drunken late night sing-off between two pissed groups on opposite ends of the bar? Catawal.
Ooh.
What do you think, boys? What do you think? Catawal.
This is a hard one this week.
Might be hard, might be easy.
My instincts went with the first one. A.
Okay. The
Which I forgot.
old school word meaning to wail, screech, or howl like an animal
Yeah.
in heat.
Mm.
Okay. What makes you say that?
I don't know. I'm just picturing Oasis Wonderwall now and just cats going, "You're my cattle." Oh.
See, that's why I'm thinking the latter one. the one that it's like two groups having a sing off.
Why'd you say that, Jake? Catawall.
I don't know. It was just that going through my head as well, the whole Wonderwall thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm not going to venture any further. I'm going to go for that one, D.
Okay. So you don't think it's a low-budget sex dungeon set up in someone's student house?
No.
Okay. Well, you would be right with that because that is a bullshit answer. I made it up. Why? Because I can. Is it slang in certain East London circles for a particularly noisy minge? It is not. That is a bullshit answer and I made it up. Is it one of those brilliantly old school words meaning to wail, screech, or howl like an animal in heat, particularly cats, is the correct answer. Sorry, Jake, it is not a late night sing off between two piss groups on opposite ends of the bar. That's catawall. It is, in fact, to wail, screech, or howl like an animal in heat. So in modern Britain and Ireland, catawall covers any horrendous noise that makes you regret having eardrums, basically. So that's the shrieking of foxes having alleyway sex behind your London flat at 3 a.m. That's your mate in Belfast trying to sing Chasing Cars when he's 11 pints deep. And it's that horrific, sweaty symphony of two people banging on thin plasterboard walls in Dublin. The bottom line is, if it's loud, if it's unholy, and makes you mutter, "Oh, for fuck's sake," into your pillow, congratulations. You have experienced catawalling. So where did it originate from? Well, the word comes from Middle English, and it's smashing together cata, meaning cat, and wall, to wail or yawl, or yowl even. Yeah, it's weird. So imagine like a medieval London, right? You're stumbling home pissed from the tavern, and somewhere near the dung heap, two feral cats are shagging loudly in the moonlight. That's the sound. Raw, horny chaos. That's what birthed the word catawall. So basically, over the centuries, it's expanded to cover not just animal noises, but any human screeching, wailing, or banshee-level meltdown. So why would catawall be used in language? Well, you'd use catawall when loud as fuck or shut the fuck up doesn't capture the full ear-bleeding chaos. So, for example, if you're in London, you've got your flatmate upstairs with his new girlfriend, thin walls, no headboard padding, 45 minutes of what sounds like a cat trapped in a spin cycle. Catawalling. Or in Dublin, it's like the end of night pub sing-along, James. You'll know this. So you've got some legend, like James, up on the table, belting out "Zombie, Zombie" by the Cranberries, voice cracking like a teenage boy's, crowd roaring approval. Catawall. In Rachel's case in Belfast, you got your neighbour screaming at her ex through the window, full soap opera meltdown, high-pitched enough to crack the fucking glass. Basically, if the noise makes you cringe, if it makes you laugh, or Google, "Can I legally murder my neighbours?" it's prime catawall territory. Do you want to know a fun fact about catawall?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, in old slang, catawall didn't just mean making noise. It also hinted, get this, at sneaking out for a bit of naughty, scandalous shagging or prowling around on the hunt for trouble. Catawalling. So basically, medieval lads would literally go catawalling, meaning they were out chasing skirt or trousers, under the cover of darkness, probably drunk, definitely up to no good. Fast forward to today, and we all know that mate that says they're just going out for a smoke, vanishes for 2 hours, comes back looking disheveled and smug, muttering, "Don't ask. And don't say me."
I'm not saying anything.
Spoiler is, they were fucking catawalling, mate. So why don't we use the word catawall anymore? Well, probably because modern swearing has streamlined things. So we say, that's fucking loud. What's that ungodly racket? Or just shut the fuck up. Plus, let's be honest, catawall sounds like halfway between a dodgy indie band and a sex position that you pretend you've heard of. But honestly, I think we should bring the word back. There's no better word for describing high-pitched, drunken chaos or wild, unapologetic shagging noises than catawall. So next time your neighbour's sex soundtrack makes you want to stuff socks in your ears, or you hear your mate wailing over a bad karaoke mic, James.
Oh, I thought you were looking at me
Look
then.
at me.
I did say you as well. Just smile to yourself and think, the noble catawall, keeping Britain and Ireland fucking noisy for centuries. Catawall, it's that unholy, godly noise.
So does the earlier Agony Aunt qualify as pig-a-wall?
Pig-a-wall. I don't think it's got the same. I don't think it's got the same ring to it.
No.
But yeah, that is catawalling. You learn something new every day with me in my section called
What the fuck?
All right. So no Rachel this week. She's meant to be on quiz. So she's going to have to cover me, bitch. So we are going to have the quiz, and it is Rachel's section because she has come up with a new her own little thing, and it's Rachel's pendulous riddles. I don't think that's what she's going to call it, but that's what I'm calling it. So I've got some riddles for you, boys. Your job is to give me an answer. Okay, so it'll be first to buzz in, and if you give me the correct answer, I'll give you a point.
Ooh.
All right. So let's hear your buzzers, please. Let's start with Jake. What's your buzzer?
My buzzer is...
Can I pick that dog?
Yes, you can. Okay, love it. All right, James, let's hear yours.
And this is Daddy Pig.
This is a pig. All right. Okay, boys, here's your first riddle. I'm long, I'm hard. I come in pints or a yard. Grip me tight, tip me back. You'll swallow me down till you hit.
And this is Daddy Pig.
That is James.
Is it Guinness?
Is the correct answer. Well done. Jake, what were you going to say?
I was going to say Guinness as well.
Was you? Okay,
Yeah.
well, unlucky. James, 1 point to you. Congratulations.
I'm back, baby.
Here we go with number 2. You shove me in dry, I come out wet. The more you bang me, the harder I get.
And this is Daddy Pig.
That is James.
No, I'm going to be wrong. I was going to say an earbud. Cotton buds.
It's a good answer, but it's the wrong one, I'm afraid. You shove me in dry, I come out wet. The more you bang me, the harder I get.
Is it a sponge?
It's not, Jake. I'm sorry.
Is it a
The
butter
answer
churner?
is it's not. No, it's in fact a tea bag.
Oh.
Wouldn't have got that.
Yeah. Well, unlucky. None of you did. So nil point for both of you. Are you ready for number 3?
Yeah.
All right. I'm small, I'm round. I slide on your tip. Roll me on before you go for a dip.
Can I pick that dog?
That is Jake.
I'm just going to go for the obvious. Is it a condom?
Is the correct answer. Well done, Jake. It's 1-1.
I was thinking of swimming.
Safety first.
Depends if you want to go for a dive.
Here's your next. These are all filthy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, here's the next one. I'm hot, I'm sticky. You slap me on buns. Sometimes I drip.
And this is Daddy Pig.
James?
I was going to say, do I have to be specific? Is it a certain type or is it just general? Like I'm thinking
Well,
of
give
two
me an
options.
answer and I'll tell you.
Ketchup.
Is not the right answer. I'll see what Jake says before I give any more clues. I'm hot, I'm sticky, you slap me on buns. Sometimes I drip and I'm licked off for fun.
Oh, is it sugar?
It's not sugar.
Right, can I get another try?
And this is Daddy Pig.
Let's go on.
Is it cheese?
It's not cheese. But James, I am going to give you the
It's
point.
barbecue, isn't it?
It's not. It's actually jam
Oh,
that
okay.
goes on your buns.
I
Oh,
was
But
going to say
I
sauce.
can see how you would say like a bun, hot dog bun with ketchup dripping off. You
Yeah.
would do the same. You wouldn't with sugar, Jake. I'm sorry. So James was the closest. So I'm giving him the point. It's 2-1 to James.
jam is very sugary, though.
When I say
It
well,
is,
that's
but
true
it's
as well.
no, it's not like a a sauce that. And James got that.
Yeah, well,
So shut
that's
up,
why I
Jake.
was asking, do I need to be specific? Because I was just going to generalize and say sauce.
Yeah. Well, you got the point anyway.
Yeah,
All right,
buddy.
so just be happy with that. All right, here we go with question number 5. I'm stiff when you get me, but soft when you're through. You use me when dirty, then flush me.
And this is Daddy Pig.
James
Soap.
is the wrong answer, I'm afraid. Jake
Is it toilet paper?
is the correct answer, which means it's 2-2. And luckily, I have another one prepared.
Oh,
So this is it, the last one. Who is going to win Rachel's pendulous riddle?
Hold on. How is toilet paper hard when you're finished with it?
Because it is hard.
yeah.
It's not.
And you
It's
flush it
soft.
away. You got jam. You
Well,
got jam. So
Well, I'll allow it.
yeah.
Thank you. And I'm the quizmaster this week. Shut up. All right, here's your last one. I start between your legs. I swing when you walk. I shrink when it's cold.
Take that
And I throb when you talk. That was Jake.
I was going to say bollocks.
Is the correct answer, Jake. You
I thought that was
are
too
the
literal.
winner. You are the winner of Rachel's pendulous riddles.
Yes.
Well
Well done, Jake.
done.
Thank
I can't
you.
believe how filthy they were. I'm
I know.
sorry. It's just natural for me to be so filthy. Maybe Rachel will keep them filthy. Who knows? But well done, Jake. You're the winner of this week's quiz. Unlucky James. You
Oh.
didn't win. You've lost that streak.
Tell the truth and shame the devil. It's time for Confessionals. If you have any stories you'd like to send in to us, please DM us directly on Instagram, podcast.meetinthemiddle, or you can email us at james@meetinthemiddlepod.com. Are we ready for the first confession?
Yes.
Ready.
Okay. Bit of a long story, but here we go. So, my home that I share with a wife and multiple crotch goblins only has one shower that frequently clogs up due to said wife's hair getting stuck in the drain. And it unfortunately falls to me to unclog the drain on a weekly basis. However, a few months ago, after the wife finished up her shower, leaving the drain once again blocked, as I was pulling wads of hair out, I noticed there was a brown substance mixed in with it. It wasn't until I came across a few pieces of corn that I realized that my wife must have shat in the shower and smushed it down the drain like a damn savage.
No.
Now, initially, like any normal person, I felt disgusted. But the more I thought about my wife shitting in the shower, the more aroused I became. Until it got to the point where I whipped it out and knuckle blasted some yogurt ropes in the shower. Oh no. For the next month or so, it became a regular habit for me whenever I found excrement in the drain, and probably would be ongoing to this day if I hadn't discovered that I had been mistaken, and that it was in fact my 14-year-old son who had been waffle stomping his ass fudge down the drain. When I regrettably walked in and caught him in the act. He was very contrite and swore never to do it again, and I have started to see a therapist. All's well that ends well. Fuck me, that was a lot to unpack.
But surely you would be able to smell it if you get stuff in the shower. It's going to smell like shit.
No, he knew it was, and it started to turn him on, thinking it was his wife. Then he found out it was his son, that he was having a wank over a lump of shit.
No, but I mean, like, when you step into the shower, you would immediately smell shit.
Yeah.
I think it's getting stomped down the drain.
Oh no.
There's definitely counselling needed for that.
Well, it's good thing Rachel's not here because she'd have been vomiting.
Yeah.
No, there's so much unpacked there. That's wrong on so many levels.
That's disgusting.
Somebody needs
what
to
is wrong with you?
Sigmund Freud from the grave and get him to sort this shit out. Literally.
But surely you'd ask your wife if she's been shitting in the shower first.
And you know for a fact he hasn't included it in that little confessional, but he definitely was doing more than just looking at it.
Oh no, James, no.
He definitely has.
Oh no.
Why would you? Some people have a toilet in the bathroom. Go and sit your ass down and take a shit.
But you wouldn't shit in the shower though.
But unless like the sun
I thought we were
has
getting
like
a confession out with Danny there.
I did that. No.
Right, before we're all mentally scared, let's move on from that one. I can never go back to my new dentist after 2 visits because I'm an idiot. My dentist is a very nice and professional man. Our first appointment was going pretty smoothly until he made some unconscious remark about us being strangers. My immediate response was, "Oh, you're not a stranger. You've been inside my mouth for 20 minutes." I did not intend to make it a sexual joke. His face turned red and he was clearly embarrassed, but he continued on like a true professional, and we were probably both relieved when the appointment was over. I had my second appointment today. I actually mentally prepared myself to be a model patient who didn't say anything weird. Thank you very much. He had been working in my mouth for about 5 minutes when he started to seem really uncomfortable or something. His face was red and he was breathing a little heavier. I was a bit concerned and also confused. Like, how could I have embarrassed him this time? I had hardly spoken, so he kept working in there, and then I realised what the hell is happening. My dentist was wearing grape-flavoured gloves, and I had been absent-mindedly licking his fingers the whole time. I'm never going back.
Oh.
Yeah, imagine licking the corner. Get a pinky out now.
Weird.
But it's even worse if she's got that Hoover thing stuck in her mouth and she's having to get her tongue around it.
Oh no!
No.
Never. How did she?
Even
cop
worse
it?
if she went to the receptionist and went, "I'm here for my filling. I need a good filling." Actually, that reminds me, I need a good filling as well.
What about the dentist?
Oh, that's just wrong.
Well, it was a bit better
I
than
can't
the
get
last
over
one.
the first one. I can't.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, let's get on with the last one here then, and I can already tell Danny is going to love this one. So this happened about 5 hours ago. So today I woke up and had really bad, painful stomach cramps due to the deadly woman's monthly cycle, mixed with some spiced chicken that hadn't set right in my belly all night. I go to the toilet about 3 times before work this morning, but it has eased off a bit, so I take tablets, grin and bear, and then I leave for work. Now, my job is working within the prison systems. and escorting prisoners to certain places, including courts. This is where it all went downhill. I had to escort this prisoner over to the witness box and stand next to her in open court. So I do my usual, but my tummy has started to really hurt again. I'm trying my absolute best to put off a fart, which I know is brewing and I cannot hold it much longer. So I do a really silent one and pat myself in the back thinking I had got away with it. That is until the prisoner starts coughing and retching and shouting, "What the fuck was that?" I quickly realise what it must have been, but can't admit to such a foul, putrid smell, so I start crinkling my nose as well and gagging. The admin clerk walks slightly closer and retches so hard that she had to swiftly put her head into the bin. By this point, it's getting loud and chaos is starting to ensue. Not what you want in court in front of the district's judge. He quickly tells me to take the prisoner back over to the closed dock and states it must be the pipes. He stands down the whole court and makes maintenance come to check on all the pipes for any leaks, cracks, anything which could have made that smell happen. Prisoner is still watery-eyed. I'm pretending to gag and the clerk is sipping water next to a bucket. Jesus. Like, fair play, die with the lie. Like, she started turning around.
I could have done the same thing.
Oh my God.
I thought the judge was still going to blame it on the prisoner.
Yeah.
And be like, for that, you're going down for an extra 10 years.
That's possibly that prisoner's worst day of his life, her life so far. And then you're fucking crop dusting farts right in front of her face as she's getting sentenced.
That reminds me of the confessional about the one in the office.
Yes. I can remember that one.
In the meeting room where it was like sweltering hot.
Yeah.
You can only imagine.
But how it must have echoed in the courtroom as well, because they're quite eerie rooms.
No, it was silent.
It was silent. She thought she got away with it because it was silent.
I mean, but imagine if it was like a loud one and it just echoed round. How are you going to hide that?
But they are the worst ones, aren't they?
Silent but deadly.
Silent and deadly. Right, well, that's it for Confessionals and the end of another episode. So next week, we'll be back again, same place, same time, and hopefully with Rachel this time too. Until then,
yes.
See you later. Bye.
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 Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, there's plenty more where that came from.
So hit subscribe and don't miss the next Unhinged Confessional.
And hit that bell icon and turn on notifications. Trust me, next week's episode is wild.
Are you still here? Click that video already. You know you want to.